Meet Ken. Ken has been running his business in Japan for 5 years, but lately he's struggling to make profit and attract new customers. Sales decline, profit went down. He's struggling to find new customers. He realized he needs a new strategy before things get from bad to worse. What was his solution? A website. Yes, a bilingual English-Japanese website did it. His website attracted new customers. He found new buyers and received constant inquiries from both Japanese and foreign nationals alike. And where did he get his website created? From KCC International Limited in Osaka, Japan. KCC International constructed an effective website for Ken at a reasonable price. Business is booming again. Buyers are ordering and profit is pouring in. Ken made the smart move getting a professional website done. You can get your website created to suit your business style. English, Japanese, or bilingual websites. Call now for rates and more details at 06-6245-7679 or email website at kcc2000.com.
Blackan Radio, broadcasting straight from Osaka, Japan. Exclusive interviews, talk shows, DJ sessions. Check it out.
Good evening, everyone. This is Blackan Radio, and we're here today for the Black History Month talk show. So thank you very much to Blackan Radio for organizing this show. And this is the women's panel. And we have 3 very lovely ladies here and a gentleman as well.
I felt hurt at first. We have a ladies panel here. I'm looking around going like, oh, okay. I thought you were going to talk in a higher voice or something. All right.
A special guest. So I'd like to start off by asking everyone to please introduce yourselves. Okay, so how about we start over here?
Okay. My name is Nickesha Welch, and I'm from Jamaica. I've been living in Japan for 2.5 years, almost 3 years. I teach English, so I'm an assistant language teacher on the JET program.
Okay, hello, I'm Zandi from South Africa. I live in Nishinomiya. I've been in Japan for almost 2 years now. I'm also an English teacher, assistant language teacher, also part of the JET program.
Hello, I'm just playing with you. Hi, I'm Ray. I am the only male on the panel here today, all these beautiful ladies from around the world. I've been here in Japan for about 25 years.
A unicorn.
Yes, and I guess I'm here because I have a daughter that is half Japanese and half black. And I've done everything from dance to teach to bartend to clean floors to... Hey, when you work in Japan, you do a little bit of everything.
Yep.
All right. So thank you out there for listening to us.
Okay. My name is Kina, and I'm from the Philadelphia area of the United States, and I've been in Osaka about 12 years. I do a little bit of teaching, a little bit of translating, and like Ray said, a little bit of everything.
Yes. And my name is Alicia Saldania. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. I've been here over 10 years. I came here as a student, a university student, and now I am a lecturer at university, and I also do music. I sing and write my own music, and I perform with my band around Japan and outside of Japan as well. So today we're talking about what it's like living in Japan as black women, or as black people.
Thank you. You keep going there.
As black people.
There is a guy in the room. Please acknowledge my presence.
I was told, you know, the women's panel. You're going to head up the women's panel. So we will also have a male perspective, which is really good. So I'd like to go to Nickesha again. Why did you want to come to Japan? And everyone can think about it. What actually brought you here? Why did you want to come here?
Okay, well, if I said I just wanted to come to Japan because I was in love with anime and the culture, It would be a lie. I was working in Jamaica at a brokerage firm, and I just felt like doing something different and heard about the JET program. So the program seemed very organized, and after doing my research, I learned more about the culture and decided to come to Japan.
Okay.
So it was because of the program to teach English.
Great.
Okay, why did we come to Japan? Just like Nickesha, I wanted something different. I wanted something outside my comfort zone. Like, it's so different. The culture in South Africa and Japan is totally different. So I wanted adventure. Besides that, professionally, I've been in the teaching industry for more than 3 years in South Africa. So I wanted to see the different education system this side and just to be part of it. So when my former employers told me about the JET program, I applied. And yeah, also my love for traveling. I think coming to Japan also, it just helps in hobby traveling, because it's easy to travel from Japan, very convenient and affordable, compared to being in SA in South Africa, which we're like on the bottom of the earth. So everything is like far away, triple the price. So yeah, so coming to Japan was more about adventure and professionally just, upping my skills and broaden my horizons and whatnot.
Okay, lovely. All right.
Okay, okay. I thought you was gonna skip me again. Reason why I came to Japan. Let's see.
Can you remember?
Such a lengthy introduction for myself. Okay, I'm gonna keep mine short. I had a free plane ticket, and I just couldn't turn it down. Actually, I'm a dancer, so I had an opportunity to come here to dance. I went to school, college in Hawaii, so it was just. I knew a lot of Japanese people. I taught students there, taught them English. I tutored them.
Right.
So it was just an easy jump. I went through a lot of countries in Asia dancing. So I decided to stay here for 25 years. Because I didn't get a free ticket to go back home yet. So anybody out there that wants to send me a free airplane ticket back to Louisiana, please put it in the mail. I'm here.
And you're from Louisiana.
Yes, I'm from Louisiana.
Lovely.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe like Alicia, I came here originally for university. I was a business student and studying Spanish and Japanese. So I had to study abroad or I couldn't graduate from my program. So I had a choice of Costa Rica, Singapore, the Netherlands, or Japan. But the foreign language was required, and I felt living on the East Coast of the U.S., if I wanted to learn Spanish, you could learn it at any time. But if I really wanted to learn an Asian language and be involved in a Asian culture, that university was my only time. So I decided to study abroad and went to Kansai Gaidai for a year, and I really loved Japan at that time.
Things have
It
changed.
was a great experience. But we'll talk about it later. Life as a student and life, supporting yourself are two totally different things. But it was a wonderful experience. So it made me want to come back again after I started working for a while. So I came back again 12 years ago.
So you went back, you went home?
Yeah, I went home. I did 1 year here, and then I went home and graduated, and then I worked for 1 year, and then I came back after the 1 year. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, well, for me, I came as a student. I was at Osaka Gaidai when I first came. And my original interest in Japan was because of theater. I used to do a lot of theater and musicals back in Trinidad when I was a teenager, and I was really fascinated by kabuki and no, which is so completely different and interesting and weird and wonderful. So I wanted to come to Japan and learn about it myself. So I thought going to university here would be a great thing. And I don't really want to give away how long ago this was, but when I was at university, the JET program didn't send people from Trinidad to Japan. I remember checking it out when I heard about this program. I thought, this is wonderful, to go to Japan. and to be able to teach, and yes, and to be part of the society and learn about it, and to be able to travel to other parts of Asia. And so I went down to the office and can I get the form for the JET program? And she's like, where are you from? And I'm like, oh, sorry, they don't do anything with your country.
Oh.
So it was really nice, in recent years to see more and more people from the Caribbean coming and from other parts of the world, because originally I believe it was only America, Australia,
Canada.
Right.
But then still Caribbean and African still a small number. Because I think Jamaican is the smallest and with the second last.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many? Do you know how many Jamaicans are
When
there?
I came, it was a group of 19, but that has been increasing gradually each year. And compared to the other Caribbean islands, it's the highest. I think
Yes.
there's Trinidad and Barbados. I don't know if people from other islands here.
Yeah, because I don't know many people from Trinidad. I mean, we tried to form a Trinidadian society years ago. And
All three of you?
There were three of us. Honestly.
Is that really a society when you're only three people?
There were three of us.
When 2 or 3 are guided.
Okay.
There were three of us. No, but it's worse. It's worse because I was actually the only one from Trinidad. The other two were honorary Trinidadians. They just love Trinidad, you know.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they had a
They're actually
grandparents or
Japanese that like Trinidad, right? All right.
One was Japanese
Okay,
and one was
I thought-
American.
Leave it to Americans. We love everything. We love everything.
Yeah.
We had a friend, Sai, but she was born in Trinidad, but then
Really?
moved to
To Canada.
So
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But if you, I think I know 2 Trinidadians I can introduce you.
Please.
Revamp your society.
Yes.
She's so lonely. 12 years in Japan, only one Trinidad friend. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that would be great. So, but what do you think about that? The JET programs, broadening its, its reach and including other people, because I really felt in the beginning like, English is spoken all over the world. It's not only in England or in the United States.
Yeah.
Or so. Do you think that's a good thing? What do you see about that? What do you feel about that?
Well, yes, I think it's a good thing. I think there's a misconception, though. People don't know that people in the Caribbean islands speak English. I've been asked numerous times, even while speaking to someone in English, what do they speak in Jamaica?
Yes.
Do they speak Spanish? And people just need to be more aware. And I think it's good for them to introduce new islands so they can experience a broader culture. So, because when my students hear foreigners, they probably think just American. But there's so much more out there.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I have been given the opportunity to share a part of my culture with
Right.
my students.
Lovely.
Yeah, no, JET program, it is a life-changing experience, especially cultural exchange, internationalization. So it will be a very great idea to invite other, because I know from Africa, it's only South Africa.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
imagine the whole 48 countries.
Right.
And
Only
only
one.
one. Because in the past there was Kenya, but for the sports side, I don't know what we call them, SEA, but I forgot
Okay.
like an acronym for something.
Okay.
There was like from the sports division part of JET program, but then for the JET program teaching and exchange, it's only from South Africa.
Right.
Yeah.
I see.
Because that also inviting other countries also helps with, like narrow-minded people, like just trying to fill in the gaps. Because the more you know about people, the more they are represented, ethnic population and races, the more there will be like racial tolerance and understanding. The more you get to know people and the more you cut out all stereotypes. Like you need to interact with people.
Exactly.
To not just paint everyone with the same brush.
Exactly.
That's the thing with internationalization, cultural exchange. You learn every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the same thing happens with Spanish as well. When I first came back here, I was working for Nova, and with the Spanish teachers, they had said that the only countries they accepted besides Spain was Argentina.
Oh.
And that was because after you go beyond Argentina, people start to look a little differently, and Japanese felt uncomfortable studying Spanish from people that looked a certain way. So they only accepted the most European country of South America.
Wow.
And someone in the management had said that, and that really surprised me. So I think, across the board, people should kind of broaden their mind a little bit.
Oh, maybe that's another reason. I'm guessing maybe that's another reason why they're only inviting South Africans. Because I know sometimes South Africans are criticized for being not too African. Because you know, like because you know, in the up north or the west, the central guys, they're a bit darker. Like, for example, you're Nigerians, you're Ghanaians, and then South Africans are like toffee, caramelish. And so sometimes we're really criticized for being not too African because of our skin color. Maybe we're not too black for them.
Okay, that's interesting.
So maybe that's another reason. Maybe like, you know, the undercover, dodgy reasons.
Didn't you say you were nervous? You was. Now you just feel.
You made me feel comfortable.
You just let it all hang out. I can't even get in the word in there. I was like, yes.
Thanks, Ray.
Okay.
Confidence boost.
That's right. Let's keep the conversation going.
What about Ray? I mean, you're not necessarily on the JET program or whatever, but you've been here a long time. Do you see more and more foreigners coming, especially more black people from different parts of the world? Do you see a widening? Or
Okay, now Japan has a system of where everybody that works in certain fields usually hang out together. I've just recently become a teacher.
Okay.
So I don't know very many teachers at all. So I can't say, do I meet a lot of different foreign people. I meet people from Europe, and then it's like I really don't want to hang out with them. I'm very American.
Okay.
So it's like, I'm sorry, we have nothing in common whatsoever.
No.
And I really don't want to know nothing about your country.
No.
But it's a black thing when I meet other people around the world that are black. There is there's a cultural exchange I like to have with them. It's that being here in Japan that I feel so isolated. That's like when I see somebody, it's like, oh, hi, how are you doing? I'm automatically hugging like my girl right here. Like, she start relaxing. I've never been to South Africa, but we have a love thing going on right here.
Always like, you know, when you meet a black person in the street, like you have this kaikakojin salute. And you have like this nod of acknowledgement, and it's a conversation starter. Like you get so excited, I don't even know you, but hey, black brother. And I'm like, hey, Alicia. So the excitement.
Yeah, it's that type of thing that you find here in Japan where, well, I know a lot of artists. Actually, I met you a long time ago as an artist.
Yes.
And
25 years ago?
No.
Wait a minute. Why are you dodging the question?
Let's move on.
All right. So, we met a while ago. Could have been 2 years ago. I don't know. Okay. Well, when we first met, and she was an artist and a singer, and we met at a bar that she was singing at, that my friend introduced me to, and it was like, first thing is, hi, how are you doing? I came there because I heard there was an artist from a different country, so I wanted to go support that artist.
Nice.
So knowing a lot of different people from different countries, I'm not really that interested in that.
No.
I didn't come here to really meet a lot of people.
Right. Okay.
I came here, to dance. I'm sorry, I was an artist. I came here to do my job.
Right.
I'm not here to change this culture whatsoever.
No.
So because I know it's not. This is an island. They have only so much room. They only let so many people in here. And then the people that are here, we have to get along.
Yes.
Especially if we are of color.
Yes.
You can go.
We should be.
You can go 1 week without seeing somebody else. That's where I live. It's like only black person I see is when I look in the mirror. So it's like So I had to say hello to myself every morning.
Oh my God.
How you doing, baby?
Hey, brother.
Yeah.
Self-salute.
Oh, that's my self-salute.
Yeah.
Hey, you have to. You know, that's my castle. That's my castle. That's my part of America and Japan.
Okay. Okay. Well, how about what have been some of the highlights for you of living here in Japan? You've been here 2 years or so.
Yeah.
What are some of the great things that you really love about being here?
I think Zandi mentioned it earlier, traveling. Japan has given me the opportunity to travel. So I've been to a few countries close by. And I've also enjoyed meeting people from other countries. Yeah.
We just met 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. I've met a lot of people from like Australia, Canada, different countries, people who I wouldn't have had the opportunity to interact with. So being here has given me that opportunity, and that's one of the highlights. I'm hoping that some of the friendships that I've created here, that after leaving Japan, it's something that I'll be able to maintain.
Great.
So for me, it's the traveling, the friendship, learning about the culture. Japan is very different.
Yes.
There are some things some parts of the culture I don't understand, but I appreciate it. I appreciate that they hold on so strong to their culture and they try to maintain it. So that's something I like about it.
Great. Okay.
All right. Highlight. Oh, quite a lot. And recently, cover girl. For the Life in Kansai cover girl.
Oh,
so that's a
lovely,
recent highlight.
lovely.
Yay. So, yeah, traveling. I love traveling. It's just another learning experience for me. And the most important thing, I must say, cultural exchange. For me, I'm a teacher. Okay, fine. I'm not a professional teacher. I'm a training psychologist. But I love teaching so much.
Okay.
And I love teaching at the same time I love being taught. So cultural exchange. You know, Japan doesn't know much about Africa, especially South Africa. All they know is World Cup 2010 and Nelson Mandela.
Right.
So I feel there's so much to teach this country about Africa, especially South Africa. So that's a highlight for me. My students, so everyone that you meet on the streets, and just teaching about Mahe, about the different languages in South Africa. And no, Africa is not a country. Africa is a continent. A lot of people, get that wrong.
Exactly.
And I feel every day I'm like a walking social study book. Like you have to teach. You have to teach. That's the highlight for me. Like everyone who's interested to hear me out. And also learning, like cultural exchange.
Yes.
I came to Japan also to experience the culture, to experience the different culture, what is different from my culture, what I know, what they know. And yeah, traveling, cultural exchange, and also learning. It's a lot of learning that still needs to be done.
Okay. Okay. Highlights?
My highlight is 22 years old, my baby girl, my daughter.
Lovely.
She's half Japanese, half black. That is the highlight of my trip here in Japan, what I cherish the most. And like I said, I came here from Hawaii here, so it's not like I've never,
Okay.
I've met a lot of different people from a lot of different countries in Hawaii. And it's beautiful, sunny every day. I used to do like, come here, girl. Let me take you to the island, girl. On the white sand beach. Come with the nugget, baby. Respect's going out. Rules, boy.
Okay.
Did that work for you?
No, it didn't. Right now, people, if you're just watching my Jamaican sister over here to my right, just put me back in my place. You're from America, so act American. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, that's really
Okay.
Having a beautiful half black, half Japanese daughter. Reminding her that she is black, and reminding her that she is half Japanese, and trying to instill that into her. It's really time consuming.
Okay.
But it's something that I enjoy doing.
Do you find that challenging? I mean, is there a tendency for her to identify more with the Japanese side, or what about language as well? Because I know a lot of people who have kids who were born here their kid. Not everyone, of course, but a lot of them. I see this tendency towards really speaking more Japanese, and so I'm just curious.
No, as a child, she did. She spoke mainly Japanese, and then when she started going back to visiting her relatives in the States, when she could not communicate with them, she learned quickly that I have to be able to speak English.
Good.
So she started speaking English. As I could not keep my daughter here in Japan, because I think I would probably be in jail now from killing people. Because my daughter is a caramel brown. She does not look Japanese, so she's beautiful, but she looks more on the black side, and she relates more of her American black side of her.
Okay.
So her Japanese culture comes out when she eats. She loves her Japanese food.
Yes.
But that's about it. Otherwise, she's straight up American black young lady, college student.
Okay.
So that's what she recognizes in herself.
Okay.
I do not take that. I remind her that she is half Japanese.
Yes. Okay. So. That's good. All right. Thank you.
Actually, I spoke longer than you this time. Okay.
And Kina, how about you?
Exactly the same as what they said earlier. I think if you're based in Japan, it's really easy to travel to other places. And like you're saying, South Africa is far from everywhere. The U.S. is also far from almost everywhere. And it's definitely very expensive to travel, even domestically in the United States. If I want to go to L.A., it's 3 times as much sometimes that it costs to go to London, which is crazy. So, living in Osaka, you can see a lot of countries, and I really appreciate that and really try to take advantage of it as much as I can. And the same with the cultural exchange, like when you meet people from, I don't want to say it because we've said it many times, meet people from other countries, then you can...
But you just said it.
I know, I said it. You can, connect and share. And, I'm not from South Africa, but, when Japanese people meet us, they don't know where we're from, and sometimes you field a lot of questions, and I find myself maybe sometimes having to answer questions about the continent because they're uninformed. So you have
First
to.
impression is always you're from Africa.
Yeah. So you
I
have
always
to teach
say, I
people.
acknowledge it when I say yes, I am from Africa. So many generations ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm an American African. I'm a black American.
Right.
That relatives were brought to America from Africa.
Yeah.
But I cannot deny, they're not wrong.
No,
when
they're not wrong.
saying
They're not wrong.
That you're from Africa.
Just
They're not
uninformed.
Just
uninformed. I remember my first night at my homestay when I was in university, and we're having a big dinner, and I knew basic Japanese but didn't really understand, and my host father asked me, what year did your grandfather leave Africa and decide to move to the United States? So all of those verbs were just wrong. And I said, I don't know if I can, describe slavery over nabe. I can't really, So you have to just teach everybody all the time.
All the time.
Yes.
But it can be enjoyable. It can be enjoyable because they're curious, actually. It's not malicious ignorance. They're curious.
Right.
So, you have to just be patient.
Not always.
Not always.
Not always.
No, that's true.
Not always.
That is true.
general.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
That's
then,
true.
curious.
Yes.
Curious stays.
All right. Well, what about as a woman, as a black woman living in Japan? What are going back to highlights, but also challenges? What has that experience been like for you?
Okay. My biggest challenge is my hair.
Okay.
I've been relaxing my hair for many, many years. I think this is the first time in, I want to tell you, more than 10 years that my hair has been natural.
Okay.
And I'm just getting used to it.
Okay.
I'm not used to taking care of my own hair. So coming to Japan has really forced me to learn how to take care of it. I've learned how to braid my own hair, something I didn't know how to do before. But watching YouTube, I've picked up on that skill. So my hair is the biggest challenge, and what else? In terms of, I think my hair, that's the biggest challenge.
Yes. Okay. Zandi?
Okay, challenges. Communication was one of the biggest challenges when I came to Japan, because I came here zero Japanese.
Okay.
So communicating, especially with Japanese people, it was very hard. Okay, so for example, in the dating scene, okay, so like in the dating scene, it was
Everybody's
very, very difficult. Like that one is very tough. Because even if you try, if you have a Japanese guy asking me out or something, it's so hard. Because not so long ago, like recently, you know, like communication was a big problem. And like I spoke zero Japanese and his English was very low too. So that makes things very difficult.
Okay.
So yeah, getting around with other people and also the cultural differences as well. Japanese people are not very direct communicators, so sometimes you don't know what they are thinking.
Yeah.
And here we are, foreigners, Westerners, like we value communication, verbal communication.
Yes.
You know, like sometimes you just tell me what you think, or anyone, doesn't even have to be a guy or, you know, like romantically linked or something, even friends, like your Japanese friends, Japanese colleagues. I also had a problem with that.
Too late. You already said guy.
We were at a fish market. A fish market. Okay, we're walking through the market. And the Japanese woman with her hands in the fish. She looks up at me. She looked back and she looked up. And she ran over and she started reaching for my hair. I will always remember this. And I was like,
That's horrible.
so yes, I know what you mean about
Yeah,
yes, with people wanting to and I don't mind so much if someone asks me, but it's the people who just come up to me and start pulling it or that really bothers me. So, but like you, hair was a big challenge for me when I came because I didn't really know how to take care of my hair myself. I would have it braided all the time, and then I found a girl here from Kenya who did it for me, but then she left. And then I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? You know, I didn't know how to do it on my own. And I remember one time I actually calculated that I checked how much it would cost to get it done at a Japanese salon. And it was cheaper for me to buy a ticket, fly to Thailand, get my hair done in Thailand. I still had money left over to spend 2 days on the beach and come back to Japan. It was cheaper to do that than to get it
Did
done.
you enjoy the trip?
I did. I did.
Did you go to Thailand?
I did.
I told you, that's what she was leading up to that point.
I did. I went and I had my hair done in Thailand, and that was cheaper than doing it, you know. So with the advent of YouTube, all the YouTube tutorials, and you know, and now I do it myself. I learned how to braid. I learned how to do extensions. It does force you to become independent being here.
All right.
You were going to
You passed me on this whole conversation about late.
because I asked about women in
I
this
thought I had the hair problems. I had hair problems. Like I used to have hair down the ear when I first came here. I had a lot of hair problems. I'm finished talking.
I was going to ask you what about your challenges as a man, but you can tell us about the hair.
No, it's too late. I'm offended. Challenging as a man here in Japan, it's
And as a black man, since it is Black History Month.
that's the only kind of man I know how to be as a black. I thought naturally I would be that. Okay, let's see. The challenging here is the women here.
Okay.
The Japanese women just think that we all just want them.
Okay.
And it's something that they really need to wake up and smell the roses. You know, we're not all that interested in, you know. When I first got here, I'm not gonna lie. Why in Rome do
Now
is
he
Roman.
goes back a little bit.
Hey, wait. When she saw the boy and the boyfriend, you didn't say nothing like that. I'm sorry. I skipped the hair part first. I just didn't say just nothing about the girls. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this panel is very tough with all these women on that. So, no, there's a lot of different challenges. Clothes-wise, for clothes. Clothes is a big problem here.
Yeah.
And like, I hate to keep harping on this, I'm very American, so I like American food. I cannot afford to go eat out at Outbacks or these other restaurants that really charge your arm and a leg. So I have to. I love to cook anyway. So I'm bringing stuff, shipping things from Louisiana here. So I have my gumbos. And so I do a lot of cooking. That was one of the big challenges for me, just to make my house my America.
Yeah.
To make it my my refuge.
Right.
You know. So when I walked out the door, I get into the I'm in Japan mood.
Okay.
But when I can always take off my shoes in my own house and
American.
like I'm back in my own home.
Right.
I can be in America today. Come here, girl. I can take you to. Oh, I can't go back to Jamaica. I got a small portion. I have the Jamaican in a little corner. Okay.
Okay.
But then you mentioned clothes, and for me that was also an issue because I'm short, so I can fit into certain things, and shoes are not so much of a problem. But a lot of the clothes here are designed for very thin, very straight bodies.
Straight,
and
I like that.
And
with no curves.
No. And so buying jeans and pants or even jacket, there's no room in certain areas where we need the room. So that's been a big challenge for me. So I have to shop when I go abroad or ask people to send things. Now you can do some internet shopping, but when I first came, that was a big challenge for me. What about you?
I have questions about your complexions. We have different complexions. If you can't see here, we have different makeup wise. How do your foundations? Do you use
Very
Japanese?
difficult. It's also difficult. The same with hair products. It's either you stock up your traveling bag when you visit home, or you order online, which is like 3 times that what you could get back at home. So
but you can't do that now. You can't do that now. Bringing stuff back. Back in the day, you could put a big bottle of gel or something, whatever you put in your hair in your bag. Now you're gonna give you 12, 10
for carry on.
Just that's for carry on. But then you can just
people ship.
Ship things. Like my mom tries like maybe once a year to send beauty package. So the hair stuff, face stuff. Makeup is
even things
difficult.
like stockings.
Things like
it's like hello, there are dark people in Japan
they
too,
are, but they ignore
really
them.
Yeah, it's hard to find stockings.
No, actually, what they do is they only buy 5.
Yep.
They buy 5 pairs, and if you're not one of those first 5 people to get yours, you'll be sorry.
Oh my God.
And well, that is with shoes.
Oh
I wear size 11 and a half, but the Japanese kids love to buy the shoes larger than the actual foot size.
So you lucky.
So I do not when I go to buy my shoes, it's like going, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have that in this style because this little kid that just walked out the store just took you the last pair. I'm like, going, you wear size 24.
Like half of that.
Yeah.
But about makeup, you can, if you try the department store, sometimes if you ask, we used to ask very, very nicely.
Okay.
And at the MAC counter and sometimes Clinique, they can't sell the darker shades because no one's dark here. And the woman used to just be like, we haven't sold these, I don't know what color they are, and she would just give us a bag.
Oh, lovely.
And they'd be 5 different ones, and we'd just try, mix it or take one and give it to someone that you think it'll work for. They do have them.
Okay.
They do have them, but they, like you said, they have only a few.
Yeah, you're right, because I found a store in Kobe, like they sell, now they're shipping like a Revlon darker skin thing. It's okay.
Well, one thing about being here and not having access to these kind of skin and beauty products was that I started making my own.
Yeah,
and again,
same.
using YouTube, and I really try to only use organic products anyway. So using natural oils, even things that you have in the kitchen.
Yes.
Olive oil, coconut oil. You can
Baking soda,
right?
shampoo.
Exactly.
And you can purchase all these items on Ray. Facebook.
You can make all of these
we're making it for free.
things. You can make you can do a lot for yourself
mask.
now if
Yeah,
you
everything.
right. And so that's been, in a way, inadvertently, it's been a good thing because it forced me to learn all of these things, right?
Creative.
Yeah.
Can we go back to I want to ask you, you've been here for 2 years. So how many times have you been proposed to?
Proposed to.
By other foreign guys or Japanese guys?
Oh,
You better.
Okay, no.
my girl from South Africa got it going on. Look at her.
Jokes.
Oh, okay, you're
jokes.
joking. Oh, well, answer the question then.
Proposed to. I'm still waiting.
Oh,
Still waiting.
I've lost count.
Okay.
But then again, right, that's another challenge. What I was talking about, like
With relationships.
with relationship, as you don't know sometimes if a guy genuinely likes you, or they like you because you're foreign or you're foreigner, or they like you because of your ATM. Okay, in South Africa we have a term. It's an acronym for African trademark. So your body, right?
Okay.
So you don't know if they're after that exotic body or they genuinely likes you.
All right, she did that for herself, the little quotation marks. If you can't see this on television, she quoted her own ATM. What is an ATM? I gotta remember that. Can we use that in the States? Let's try that.
I think it'll fly.
It's a good one.
So yeah, so that's a difficult question. So I don't know how many times I've been proposed or hit on, because sometimes you're not sure whether a person is just fooling around or.
Well,
you know.
does that offend you?
Yes, it does sometimes. Yeah, because
would
if
say so.
someone, it is offending because you don't know, like that person just so,
I know.
like you just foreigner. Like as a black woman, you stand out everywhere. You know,
Yes.
like it's like that one brother just wants to explore that African jungle.
Oh!
My goodness.
Will somebody please turn the heater off in here? It's getting hot up in here. Oh my God.
We need a
I
TV
love-
show with
yeah,
just the two of you.
I love this show. We have a great time here.
But it's funny, I just had a conversation with someone last week about a date I had. This was a while ago now, but and I was so excited. This boy, he was so cute, and I was like, okay, he asked me out, and we went out to dinner, and everything was going really well. And then he says, I was really looking forward to this date because I've never been out with a black girl before. And suddenly all of my enthusiasm just drained away because I had never thought about his race or his color, or I liked him, and it was a shock to me that his first thought was that, oh, she's it really bothered me. So I understand what
All
you
the
mean
time.
about
Yeah.
wondering.
Can I parallel your
Yes,
bad story?
yes, yes.
A similar, date that you really think is going well, and at the end he asked me, so next time can you please introduce me to your blonde friends? Yes.
No.
That has happened.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
We have it
Did
tough.
you snap your finger, girlfriend? Did you snap your finger?
Stereotypes.
I was
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sorry. But I want to know is that, okay, right now we're talking about Japanese guys. What about foreign guys?
Well, my story was actually a foreigner who was living here at the time.
Yeah, I was
Sorry,
go ahead.
with foreign guys, what I pick up, it's like maybe they think they're doing us a favor.
You think so?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think for
Go ahead.
I don't know
I'm
about Zandi, but for me,
Nickesha.
in being in Japan, I don't get hit on as much as I would in Jamaica. Like I think the guys here are really shy. I was at a bar once and I met this guy. I think he was from Brazil though, and he approached me. He was saying that the Japanese guy won't appreciate me because they may be intimidated by me because I'm taller, I'm bigger, but people from his country likes my curves and everything, so I should give him a try. And it was a more Caribbean way of approaching a girl. That's
Did it work?
No, it didn't.
Oh, okay. Okay, I can't try that one either.
You were gonna add that to your style. So you're gonna.
Let me try that. I tried the island.
But I think it's difficult. It's difficult for me in terms of going on dates with the Japanese guys. And for the foreign guys that I've met, most of them have been interested in Japanese girls. Right. That's what I've seen. So.
Yeah. What about you, Kina?
Yeah, I agree. I feel most foreign guys that you run into, they're here and they're interested in Japanese women. So they're not normally, you could be the friend, the cool hangout friend, but they're not normally into romantic. Yeah.
I think a lot has to do with that is that you're both here working. Mm-hmm. You really don't have a lot of free time. Where's this relationship going to go? Once it gets past that point of, okay, you go back to the States. We're both American. Mm. You're from Philadelphia. Mm. I'm from Louisiana. That's like from being from Hokkaido to Okinawa, back in the States wise. So it's, do we want to take it to the next step? Mm. From South Africa, America.
But
from Jamaica.
I'm sorry, Ray.
Yeah.
I think if you like someone, those things don't matter. If you really care about someone, those things don't matter.
Will you pick up and stop what you are doing and come live with me in America?
If I love you, Ray.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
See, I understand that you would love me because nobody hit on you while you were here in Japan.
Oh no! Come on.
No, wait. Did you hear Zane? She's like going, oh no, I won't. Oh no, no, I won't. Yep. No. Then I'm going to get girly. she said no, but no. That is some of the things that some foreign guys are thinking about.
But I think that Japanese guys think those same things. I think they think about, for me, when you're out and you meet somebody and the conversation is really cool and you would like to see them again, and I'm thinking dinner, but they're asking crazy questions like, if you get married, what country do you want to live in? Mm-hmm. I'm not thinking that far. Exactly. I'm thinking, can we eat a meal?
Yes. And get to
know each other. Right. But they think, do I have to leave my family and go to this other country? Is she going to stay and take care of my parents forever? So they think many steps in advance.
That's planning wise for Japanese families. Even Japanese marrying to Japanese, they think like that.
Yeah.
So you're going to get approached that way when you're dating a Japanese guy. And then communication wise, a lot of Japanese are afraid of foreigners off the bat. They don't know how to act with us.
Right.
Yep.
So that's then they have an image of Beyonce. Most of them do not understand that we do have a black woman that's the president's wife, that she is a powerful woman, that she is very strong.
Right.
But they only know what they see on television.
Well, that's a whole other conversation about how black women are portrayed in the media, and a lot of it is in a very highly sexualized way. And I worry about that not just in Japan. I mean, in the United States, in Trinidad and Tobago, what are young people learning about women when these are the predominant images that they get? And there's nothing wrong with being sexy. That's not the problem. The problem is when this is the only thing that you see, and you eventually become to objectify women, and young girls begin to think that I have to be like this in order to get ahead in the world, And so I understand why maybe maybe some Japanese men may have that idea about black women as well, if that's all that they're seeing,
Well, that's why my daughter's not in Japan.
And that's why maybe we, as you said, we're ambassadors. We're cultural ambassadors, and we show in our everyday dealings what we are like and what black women are like, and we can change some of these ideas, perhaps.
True. I have a question for Ray. Like, how do you see black women in Japan?
Or do you see them?
That's a good one. Do you see them? Do you see them?
Oh, wait a minute. I met you. I saw you, right?
I know.
Actually, I've never gone to a lot. I don't even know where a lot of black women hang out in Japan. So that's why I never really meet any. I met her because I went to where she was at. She did not come to where I was at. I went to actually where she's at. I used to live in Kobe, and Santa Mia. There was only like one little place where almost it didn't really matter women or men. Just a lot of blacks hung out in this one place, Garage Paradise.
Yeah.
So we used to all meet there, and they were singers. So I met a lot of black women. I met a lot of black women. I used to work for P&G.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not that I don't see them. I never thought I had a chance with a black woman in Japan, because I always thought that why in Rome do as the Romans.
Yeah.
So I thought that. Well, there is a lot of women that are like that. I met black women like, hey, if I want a poor brother, I can go back to the States.
Oh no!
I was like, hey, I'm not that poor. No, I'm sorry. I've never lived in the projects, so I don't know what being poor is about. But then that is the sense that I've gotten.
Okay.
You know, so I don't know how you black women would approach a black male, and then thinking, he just wants a booty call.
That's interesting because perhaps some black men are thinking that black women aren't interested in them, and maybe some black women are thinking that he's not interested in me, and maybe that's not true
That's
at all. You know,
yes.
Miscommunication.
So it's interesting.
Yes, it is. Well, you know, it's in Japan. You know, you're in Japan. We're thinking that I've been here 25 years. Like I said, I just missed my airplane trip back to America, so I got stuck here.
Well, I want to say thank you to everyone for joining us today on the Blackan History Month talk show. It's been really interesting talking to you, and I hope we have the opportunity to do it again.
Yes.
Not only during Black History Month, because we want to. This should be an ongoing conversation, right? We are all now living here. We're all a part of Japan, for better or for worse. And the more we have these kinds of discussions, the more we can be cultural ambassadors. Cultural exchange, it's important, and we need to be doing it on a more regular basis. So thank you so much for being part of the show today. And unless there's anything anybody wants to say before we leave, we're going to wrap this up.
Group hug?
Group hug.
You know.
We'll definitely do that one after the show. We'll do that after the show. But thank you again.
Thank you.
Very much. And thank you to Blackan Radio. Thank you.
Blackan.
Beautiful.
Thank you.